Hey Porter, hey everyone. Yeah, I can give a quick kind of overview of this release and then so we have an AMA coming up this Thursday, and leading up to that, I thought it would be helpful to just give a quick overview of what we've been working on, what the release is, and what we plan on doing post-release. So as far as Filecoin sealing, I think everyone in this room knows it's a computationally expensive and resource intensive operation, but it's necessary for ongoing proof of storage. And so what we wanted to do is we kind of took a step back and we said, okay, um, let's look at the network today. How much of total hardware capex is going to sealing hardware? And we found that over $500 million of sealing hardware is locked in the network today. And so that hardware is expensive. It can be difficult to access. And so we wanted to address these sealing bottlenecks with new software and hardware configurations. The idea and the goal of this new software is to fundamentally increase storage provider profitability. And so we want to reduce sealing capex with cost optimized sealing software and hardware configurations. Also reduce sealing OpEx with reduced overhead and equipment for sealing, and ultimately lower the barrier to entry for new storage providers and make it easier for existing storage providers to increase their sealing rate and accelerate onboarding data to the network. To summarize, we want to reduce CapEx and OpEx for the entire network through greenfield and brownfield software and hardware optimizations. So moving forward, we were able to do this with this Golden Gate release. This is an initial early release. And so this is cost optimized sealing software for the entire network. And the way that we did this was the SuperNational team, incredibly talented team, basically created two different types of software: greenfield optimizations and brownfield optimizations. The greenfield optimizations are new software that's compatible with new hardware configurations. The brownfield optimizations are Lotus compatible PC2 and C2 software that'll be integrated into Lotus in Q3. So just kind of revamping the sealing pipeline across the board. And what we saw was pretty incredible improvement. PC2 and C2 improved by 75 to 85%. So PC2 that used to take 8 minutes will now take 2 minutes. And this will happen in everyone's systems across the board, both for brownfield and greenfield. Same thing with C2, 16 minutes to 2.5 minutes. So this is just going to fundamentally change the way that people are doing PC2 and C2. It'll be a lot faster, and it'll actually be able to decrease the amount of hardware and even decrease the amount of servers required for these tasks. PC1 is tied to greenfield, so this will be tied to new hardware configurations. But before, when you could seal 15 sectors in parallel, you're now looking at being able to seal 128 sectors in parallel. So even though the whole process with the greenfield software takes a little bit longer, because you can seal so many sectors at once, the overall efficiency is a lot better. A few results here. This is, and I'll note, for CC sectors, although we expect similar performance for non-CC sectors. 50% less memory for PC1, a lot more sectors in parallel that are able to be sealed at once, a lot more efficiency. So 4 cores per sector was what it used to be. With the optimized software, you're going to be able to do 4 sectors per core. And then PC2 and C2 is just a lot faster and more efficient. What does this mean for cost? So if you look at sealing server costs today, and you compare sealing server costs with the optimized software and hardware configurations, if you're looking to seal 20 tips per day, before that would cost you over $200,000 in sealing hardware. With the optimized hardware and optimized software, you're looking at under $25,000 to seal 20 tips per day. So a massive difference, makes it a lot easier to onboard to the network, makes it a lot easier to increase your sealing rate as an existing storage provider. And so this is just the first release, and we'll have this AMA on Thursday to go into the software. We wanted to get it out as soon as possible, but there's some pieces that are missing. The orchestration software is something that we're building right now, and we're scoping out. PC2 and C2 will be integrated into Lotus in Q3. We want to release DSA reference architectures with OEMs to make it really easy to use and buy off the shelf. We want to provide the network with hardware upgrade instructions to make it clear how to take advantage of this new software with the current hardware in the network today. And then Sealing as a Service will make it a lot easier to access this hardware and software optimizations through someone that is through a provider that's using this software. So we have this AMA coming up this Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. If you want to learn more, go to the DSA website, go to the SuperSeal GitHub. We've also started a DSA sealing Slack channel for anyone to ask any questions there as well. Hope to see you there.